Hello, it's me, your bae, and I think something I need to show you how I feel. Hello, hello, it's me, Alina. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, Devi, daCat, Shiro, DMC update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. It's crazy day, right? Crazy couple of days. Bitcoin at near all-time high. I mean, crushed through all-time high. Like yesterday, at every couple of minutes, 115, 15.5, 16, 16.5, 17, and all the way up to 18 something. That carried into this morning. I was up to like, I'm always up. Let's see what it is now. Just to take a look at, still at 117.5 for Bitcoin, and ETH was up to 3K ish. Had a bit of sell pressure. A lot of people are thinking that this is one of those things that, hey, we're gonna kind of buy this rumor, see what happens in crypto week next week, see what Washington says, see what those three bills, Genius Act, stablecoin bill, and the privacy one. I forget what that is, but those are the three main ones. Senator Cynthia Lummis does have another tax bill in there regarding crypto. I don't know how much traction that's going to gain. Outside of Bitcoin and ETH, you have XRP up 7.5%, Dogecoin up 3.5%, and when this class back like 6 hours ago, they were up even higher. But then a decent amount of the top 100. Well, okay, now they're up. Before I was just seeing a lot of red, which is really strange. We're going to talk. All right, calm before the storm on VeVe. Yeah, that was a interesting one because not a lot of users. So I do want to go, and there's a bunch of news. So yesterday I couldn't really go over a bunch of it just because I had Tammy here. Excuse me. So yesterday's news I was definitely not able to go over, and then I think I had a couple of things on Wednesday that I have to. I'll keep you all posted about. Jose says, "Omi homies, we will win one day." Agreed. When is that going to happen? So a lot of people, a lot of messages, a lot of meetings over the past couple of days. This is the assault and on people that are losing hope, people that are down here. Like, this is going to be some of the final assault the last couple of months where a lot of people will capitulate. They will sell. I've already seen it. And there's a buddy of mine that was really smart. Is just like, hey, we're like 80% through the bull market. If they haven't pumped by now, they're not going to. I was like, that is the absolute worst mindset you could have, because there is a ton of things that are constantly generating a bunch of revenue that haven't pumped yet, including one of the tokens that he owns. But again, he's just kind of he's not even a Bitcoin maxi. He just doesn't have the intestinal fortitude to just buy low cap alts that are good and hold through like the FUD, hold through. I was talking to another friend yesterday where I just told her about just like Bitcoin or a lot of coins in general. And she's like, I don't think I'm a Bitcoin gal. I was like, relax, nobody is. There's a lot of people, they can buy a token one day, it could be down 50, even if it's a good token, it'd be down 50% the next day. And she's like, yeah, no way I'd be able to do that. One of those tokens we'll talk about today, we'll start with Devi. Devi is down 12% on the day. So when you have something that's, yeah, I don't want to take any, I have like no ETH. I have like 2K of ETH, right? It's not even ETH. I think ETH goes to 7K, 9K, somewhere in between there. And, you know, taking probably, again, if you bought that ETH at like 1,500, you doubled your money. Congrats. Again, I just think the gains over the next couple of months, maybe several months. So I do have a little USDC that I bought a bit of Devi. I just have, it's doing exactly what I want to do. Everything else is up. Devi's down. We have some news with Devi as well over the last couple of days. Let me go in and talk to y'all about that real quick. Small change list fee. Okay. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'm tripping. You have Bleaves over there. It says, because there's holders, swing traders, and scalpers, the last two sell on news, talking about traders and scalpers. The holders buy those dips. Sometimes the holders run out of money or logic to keep buying. Then the price dips. We're not doing much currently to add new holders, but if you show patience, I'm certain this is the biggest crypto of this run. Life-changing in his opinion. Again, that is Believes Crypto. He's a very big fan. On my show a few months back, he had 75K Devi, which when it was like $1.80, that was a nice, cool 150K, 130ish. But obviously now down here, that 75K is worth like 35 grand. So yeah. Has he added to that since then? I'm sure. Like if you're at $1.80 and then you go back down, like we're 43 cents, almost positive he's added some. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he has this position. He's got other positions he's accumulating, and maybe he's not. Maybe he's just not touching it. But when talking about it, he was fairly intelligent, and he had fairly good head on shoulders, just talking about a whole bunch of things. I don't see any reasons why I don't think he would sell unless he got some like super early, decided to sell at $1.80, and then maybe that way he might have sold. Anyway, I'm trying to look at some other stuff that I thought I had from Devi, but I guess I don't. And if I didn't, that is my bad. I thought there was some, which there is not. So it was yesterday, unless there was something late on Wednesday that I missed. No, something from Definity, which I'll tell you all about in a bit. Maybe I should get some more. I mean, will it ever go? If you watched Crypto Rain's channel the other day on Wednesday, he had Paul from Definity on. We'll get to Definity in a minute. And just based on the charts that he was creating, he's like, yeah, it could go back down to like 35, whatever. But he really liked it that it had broken through that bottom range. But it went up to 60 cents at one point, 55, 50, 43. I do feel I did get more down here, but I do feel a little silly not getting even more. But again, I just would feel not great if I got some down here and then suddenly it went down to 35 cents like it did the other day, or God forbid it goes down. I don't say God forbid, because if it goes down to like 25 cents, I'm loading the boat. I'm going to cancel everything. No New York Comic Con, and I'm just take out loans. I'm going to go in and, but again, if that's what it does, that's what I'll do. None of this is financial advice. There is and again, I kind of don't have that much more money. I don't have that much money left. I just took partial ownership in a company, in a very large company. Can't say which one it is right now. It's making me, the amount of ownership I have in, and this is a very, very strange, long story short, I've been working nonstop on many things for years. And it's the ownership I have in a certain company is a lot. I might sell a tiny bit of amount of it if I could, or I would love to offer Sanjay or somebody else, a little bit of that, so I could buy a piece of the channel back, because it's easier for me to sell pieces of the channel than it is for anything else. But that's something I'll probably be looking to do, because Bull Run's back. Bull Run's 100% on. Anyway, let's take a look at what else Devi did, and then we'll run to Definity real quick. Devi had 700, so $750,000 over in volume, almost $38 million market cap. That's the max of it. So you had that wicked cup, and it's supposed to be like a handle, wound up not being a handle, all those terraforms and all that jazz. Turtle says, seems like OMI liftoff is near the horizon. I don't think so. I mean, obviously it's going to come. I don't want to say it's near. I would say that you have the makings of an NFT bull run. Like the ingredients are being poured in, but right now it's just a mess of ingredients. We have to mix those together. We have to bake it. We have to let it cool. We have a bunch of stuff to happen. One of the things I want to point out, and shout out to Crypto Cosmo for this, saying Other Deed from Other Side Meta. Other Side Meta has over 250,000 followers over on X. It sold for almost $300,000. He says people aren't ready for how much this market is going to melt faces soon. Basically, what happened is that there's this piece of land in the metaverse that's next to Yuga Labs that sold for that much. And there's an episode of Gilmore Girls where Lorelai is telling Rory, I think I'm dating Luke. He's like, what? Well, he asked me to Liz's wedding. We went to Liz's wedding. We danced at Liz's wedding. We ate. We laughed. He walked me home. And all of these things separately do not add up to dating. But then he asked me to something else, and then all of them together, maybe they're dating. I see all of these separate things happening. You have $139 million in volume for NFTs last week, which is it would be one thing. It's like, well, 2 weeks ago it was 159 million, so we're seeing this decrease. It was $139 million last week, and it was up 17%. So it's in the trajectory that you want it to go, and it's a lot easier for people to spend ETH now that it's at 3,000 as opposed to when it was 1,300, 1,500, 2K. You get the drill. You get the idea. So I see ETH going up. I see people spending over $250,000 on land, invisible land, and I see Moonbirds going for 20K. I see Coinbase changed their icon to like pudgy penguins today, and obviously pudgy penguins like probably just because they're going to list Pengu, or I don't know if they have yet. They might have, they might not have. I don't really follow it that much. I love Pengu. I love pudgy penguins, but I don't follow it as much. And what's good for their token is probably good for their NFT or their set of NFTs. So when I see 100 Ethereum go for this, and that's wild. That is absolutely bananas. The autoglyphs going for $250,000. I think today it was actually happened recently. The top 10 ordinals by volume are all green today. Taproot Wizard, Node Monks, Bitcoin Puppets, Quantum Cats, Ordinal Maxi, Runestone, Bitcoin Shroom, Bitcoin Frogs, OCM Genesis, and Opium. I don't know what any of these things. I've heard of Taproot Wizard. I've actually heard of Node Monks. I've actually heard of some of these things. I don't know what they're about. I don't know if they have any utility. Do they deserve the volume that they're? Maybe, but whether they deserve it or not, it's happening. So again, I see a lot of money going into NFTs, and IP is king. That money will flow into VeVe. I think most stuff on VeVe has seen its best day. Most stuff on VeVe is probably going to stay at these prices. Maybe it'll get a little pump. Maybe it goes down. But the Supermans, the Todds, the Risos, the Secret Rare Spider-Mans, and I'm not trying to pump my bags. I don't have any of those. I have the gold logos. I have the partner statue. I have the AF-15s. Like I have those, but the one and those will all pump as well. The stuff with the top IP is likely going to do exceedingly well. A lot of the stuff from Decon, probably not. The Ultraman is such a big one. The Ultraman stuff from yesterday, I don't know. Almost anything Disney, probably going to do really well. Golden Moments, probably pretty well. The Miles Morales, probably going to do really well. There's not a ton of him. Any Miles Morales that you get is either that one from the set or the Marvel Mighty. I think they're all probably going to do fine. A lot of Marvel Mighties, probably not going to do well. I have most of them. Cryptkins, despite me having that set, I think I have two of that set, probably not going to do that well. The bigger the IP, the better it'll do. So you're right. We are going to see VeVe lift off, which in turn will make OMI lift off. I don't see that yet. I see a lot of ingredients on the table. I see some of it cooking. I don't think that flow of capital is ready. Again, ETH is still only at 3K. When it gets to all-time highs, when it gets to 5K, 7K, yeah, then stuff really starts to pop off. But as of right now, I don't think it's near. I would say it's the Lion King when they say, look beyond what you see. Right now, you see Bitcoin and ETH pumping. Right now, I've seen some major altcoins pumping in the top 10. And that's all people see. If you look beyond that and read the writing on the wall, yeah, OMI 100%. I got more OMI today. 275 million I'm up to. If I can unlock more liquidity from either the channel or from this new business venture, which I have a ton of capital in, I will 100% go in and do that and buy, well, Devi, and then Definity is so freaking undervalued. Let's go over Definity here real quick. Kuma says, what up, fam? I believe NFTs will make a huge comeback with this cycle. VeVe and OMI are they're in a great position. They're in a fantastic position. 1 to 200x gets them to like 2 to 4 cents. And that'll be great for me because I got 275 million of those things. What's up, Zombie? How's it going, fam? I hope you're doing well. Anyway, let's get to Definity here real quick. Shout out to them for sponsoring the channel, having ownership in the channel, and actually going over and saying like, hey guys, they have OMI on their balance sheet and they have daCat on their balance sheet. Crazy stuff, right? I don't know where the buys were coming from, but they were up 8, almost 9% on the day, 5,500 in volume, and again, just a nice couple of green candles there. It's looking pretty sweet, looking pretty hot, and it's still so undervalued. $5.5 million market cap right now. I would like to get more. I do have a lot already. It is my biggest bag between the tokens that I own and part of the company that I own. It is in fact definitely in fact my biggest bag. So even though I don't need more, if I get 40K out of nowhere, well, not out of nowhere they come from, probably get a little more. Definitely Devi, definitely OMI. OMI not being my biggest bag is a little sad, and with Definity kind of not pumping, it's up 8%, right? Actually, what is it over for the week? What is the Definity? Oh, it actually says 9% over on CoinGecko, but for the week it's up 13%. So let's show y'all what it looks like for the week. Oh yeah, a couple days ago we were way down. We were down like 2.7 cents the other day for Definity. 3.5 now. So again, 12% the week, 9% on the day. I would very much like to see, and all of these, the buys that we've had, they're not from buybacks yet. They're just from random people, whether they watch the show, they saw, stuff popping off on X. They're a cash cow. They have next to no, they run so lean. So like the margins are insane. And again, the buybacks have not happened yet. We should get buybacks before the end of this month. How much are they going to do? I don't know, but one, the community wants it, and two, that's buy pressure on the token, and who knows where that leads to. 5 hours. Those scarce Ultramans only a 2. Yeah, I was taking a look at that today. Well, not today. Well, we have to go over the Genesis key also. Tomorrow, I definitely want to get this little mother flapper. Rising Emmy. This little dude. The ultra rare is probably my favorite. Because even though the secret rare has like a bat, he's got like a weapon, the ultra rare can do like a freaking hyper beam. So I'm probably gonna get one of those guys. And the Ultraman from, what was it, like 2 days ago? Take a look here. Yeah, Ultraman Rising. Obviously the secret rare sold out, and the ultra rare is, there's so few of those. There's like 100 of them out. There's like 124 of them out there. And you could still get them on the drop, but wait, what? What is it? Hold on, give me 1 sec here. I want to view details on something. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Disregard. All right, if I search Ultraman, there's gonna be so many of these things, and that's what makes me a little nervous about them, is that if you type in Ultraman, there's going to be a ton of them. And I'm just getting posters. I don't want the posters. I want the collectibles. I want to look at them. Okay, the posters are the collectibles. The Ultraman Energy Blade. That thing looks cool. I wish it was animated, but it's not. $24 hairs. So you can get, I don't know why you buy it for $30 and immediately sell for $24. But whatever. And then the Mina is actually $49. They were, it's so rare that they bought it for $35 and people were selling it for $34 yesterday. It's up to $49 now. So good for them. Anyway, let's continue on. Says dog Bitcoin version will melt faces. You should look into it. Look, I'm just generally not into meme tokens. It's like, well, Chavez, don't you own daCat? Yes, but I'm writing a comic, going to have a bunch of revenue for it. And again, it's running it like a business. Again, and daCat also owns $7,500 worth of another company. I can't say which one yet, but they own $7,500 worth of another company, which is bananas. And that's going to be worth probably 35, 40, 50K next year. So daCat's going to have a pretty nice balance sheet. And same with Shiro. They're doing it. But dog Bitcoin version, I'm sure it'll do well. You are not the only person to tell me about it. There's a bit of people. I just don't know anything about it. It's just not my bag, baby, if I can quote Austin Powers. Anyway, let's speaking of kitty tokens, let's go to Shiro here. Shout out to Shiro sponsoring the channel. Up 3% on the day. Good for them with a, what do we got here? $953,000 volume day. And if I take a look at if I take a look at coin market cap, it's up 18% on the week. Coin market cap, we're at am I on the right Shiro? Okay, fully diluted $6 million market cap. I don't know why it says only 2.1, but fully diluted 6 million. For them, again, up 18% on the week. I'm gonna probably get more later this month. I'll keep you posted on how much. I'll keep you posted on like I said, I'll keep you posted on how much and all that jazz. And maybe I get a Shiro tattoo. I did say at $100 million market cap I get a Shiro tattoo, but now maybe I lower it. After I get more Shiro, maybe I lower that amount. I'll keep you all posted. Registrar, understand this entire company. Yep. Retail, token, yep. Consumer, yep. And there's no, yep, agreed. All right. Perfect response. So that's the Shiro. Again, I'll keep you all posted on if I get a tattoo. I am going to get a tattoo soon. I put a deposit down on a tattoo. I don't know. I want to get to cat, but maybe I don't. Maybe somebody says, "Hey, Chavez, give you $2,000 to get this tattoo," and maybe I will. I'll let y'all know. I am so hungry. Let's go over to cat. Speaking of the kitty. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff I have to go over for Shiro too. Give me one sec. Before I get to the cat. Let's go to Shiro's X account. They've been posting a lot lately, making my job a little harder. What do we got here? Oh my God. So they were on the Solana Wolfpack. I was live today already via the Solana Wolfpack. They had a live stream. The 793 views, not bad. And Hero from Shiro Nico was on there. And they had just talked about their comic, our comic, the crossovers, the cross-pollination. They're available. Will be available on Solana soon. And they teased a couple of announcements. One announcement is actually going to be from me. I'm going to announce something from Shiro later this month. It's not going to be like, oh, Chavez bought more. Well, it will. I'll say that as well. But it's going to be bigger than that. Which again, that's a very low bar. That's nothing. I have to coordinate with Billy to make sure that our announcements don't come on the same day because we want to have different announcements each day. But I'll keep you all posted. Anyway, 7 hours ago, they say, first 5x burn match complete. We still have 1.25% to go. And who knows, maybe more. Great looking chart recovery. And we're still in accumulation phase as we build towards our next growth steps for Shiro. Amazing work, everyone. Meow, meow, meow. 22% burned now. That is insane. That is bananas. Grumpy X, my bae, says team remains committed. Yes, we do. All right, after that, again, the Solana Wolfpack, that was pretty sweet. Crypto Today says crushing it, 22% burned and still going strong. Can't wait to see what's next for Shiro. Let's keep up this momentum. And then Raid Sharks says on Saturday, July 12th, that's tomorrow, Shiro is going to be on their show. Speaking of which, tomorrow I will be on the Collectors Hub at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nobody asked me. I can't do this. I can't. This is the last one. It's the last one, guy. And the only reason I did this is because I promised them from like months ago I am so busy. I'm very busy. So tomorrow is going to be one of my last guest appearances for a long time. And then once that happens, it'll just be my show for a while. Obviously, the OMI is my homie show. I'll still be doing the last seat every Monday. But I just, a lot of stuff. Anyway, moving on. More Shiro stuff. There's Raid Sharks. Crypto's Queen says it's cat coin season. Is Shiro the next Mog? Clawed down from $1 billion market cap to 6.2 million in the bear. So much room to pounce. 20,000 hodlers and soon stretching to Solana. Don't be caught napping. Love Crypto Queen. She's amazing. She's bae. She's not my bae. We're completely different. Anyway, we've only met. We haven't met. I feel like I say bae too loosely, and people like dating. I'm not really dating anyone yet. Well, I like the water boy. I see it out of girls. I see it out of guys too. I don't see guys. See a lot of girls. Anyway, I don't know if she's watching. Or if any of the bays are watching. HTX DAO listing governance community recommendations ongoing. Which project is the next crypto star? You decide. And Shiro Nico had reposted that in an attempt to get a bunch of the Shiro Nico people on there. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a very nice raid. And that's it for the Shiro. Let's go to daCat. If y'all missed it yesterday, Definity has daCat on their balance sheet, and they also have a pretty nice. They have 5% of the IP. And that's going to be really fun to raise some money as well. You know, what are we going to do with that? Again, viewing it as a business. Remember how I said like a month ago, I had two offers for daCat. One, take like 50% of it at $100,000 valuation. Another wanted 100% of it, again at $100K valuation. Well, the reason I took this offer is one, because it's only 5%, and then two, it was at a valuation that was a bit higher than that. And the next time daCat chooses to raise a little bit of funds, it's going to be a bit higher than that. And the next time I choose to raise funds, Real Randy Chavez is going to be quite a bit higher than that as well. I'll keep y'all posted. Anyway, let's see. daCat, it has $6,000 in volume, $1.3 million market cap, and is up 2% on the day. God, I love that. I love it so much. And Jay Torres, the NFT comeback will be huge this year. Well, we're not 100% sure it'll be this year. I think it'll come back, and it would be great for me if it came back like next month. Again, I really think ETH has to top out before that happens. I don't think it tops out until either late this quarter, 2.5 months from now, or early next quarter, which could be 3.5 months from now. And again, what's the delay between ETH topping out and then it running all? Because like right now, the reason that these are pumping is mostly because of institutions. Retail is not in yet. So not much of this is going to roll in. There's some that'll roll into the top alts. You might see something for like, let's say like Definity, just because again, if you are buying a token that is not attached to a company, that has no revenues, the owners aren't doxxed, like you're probably not going to have a good time, most likely. Again, you have a bunch of meme coins that go crazy, but it's a fraction of a percent of the ones that make it, as opposed to the ones that rug, the ones that just die, that it's just, again, not going to make it. The ones that are attached to businesses, OMI, Devi, Definity, going to go absolutely nuts. Because I own part of the Definity company, I know exactly what they make, and it is wild. So, you know, that's why it's my biggest bet. By a long shot. Not that, it's by a long shot. So if OMI does a nice 10x, you know, OMI will be my biggest bag again. Yeah, OMI will be my biggest bag again if it does a 10x. Well, it will. We just don't know when. Can I make it 888 count? You mad lad. I'm sure you could. You know, like Meowth said in Pokemon 2000, it's never too late if you really stick to the program. But you know, that's completely up to you. Speaking of DeLoreans, well, we'll finish daCat first, then we'll get to DeLorean, DMC. For daCat, I'm having a lot of fun with this. The business and the token are two separate things. They do work synergistically together. The business will go back to buying the token. The business I'm running as CEO, not taking a salary, as in I'm doing it for free. Again, it's mine, but I don't have to do any of these things. Like I don't have to be making these deals where daCat gets on people's balance sheet and daCat having ownership of certain things. Like, no, my I don't have to do that. I do it because this is my baby, and I also have a bit of the token as well, and I want it to do well. Anyway, Grumpy says Randy is only good KOL left. Oh, stop. There's other KOLs that are good. You great, but maybe. Grumpy X says Shiro will be the top cat on Ethereum, Shibarium, and Solana. Shiro has so much going for it, and again, I'm just but a wee bit. But a wee humble KOL. But again, that doesn't mean that I like the announcement that I'm going to make for Shiro. No other KOL would even think to do, and I cannot wait for that to happen, because again, there's most KOLs, they get their stuff, maybe they buy a little bit more stuff, they pump it, they dump it. Some KOLs are just like, yeah, that's fine, I'll keep it, I will and sell a little bit. I have not sold a single Shiro, and the amount of other things that I do for Shiro, like putting Shiro in a bunch of the daCat comic books, helping Shiro get on VeVe. Part of the reason why the channel is worth so much is because of the stuff that I can do for a lot of the tokens that help sponsor the channel, or a lot of projects help sponsor the channel. So anyway, yeah. But daCat, though, will have some cat fights. Poor choice of words. daCat and Shiro, definitely friends, but I would love to see him go. But we'll see one day. Anyway, let's go to DMC. Let's go to the DeLorean, see what they're up to today. They are down about 8% on the day, so not a great day for them. They have 20 million in volume. When the volume is higher than the market cap, $15 million market cap. Let's see what they have over on their X, what they had done. Nickelodeon. Sounds like Nickelodeon. Oh, there's so much stuff to load the boat on. I want to buy everything. Buy, I mean, you got a bunch of daCat. You got a bunch of Shiro. Should really buy OMI and Devi and Definity. Grumpy, do you want to own part of the channel? We should make Grumpy part owner of the channel. We will talk, Grumpy. I really only want to take institutional money right now, but I believe that that you would do very well. Even well, 5%'s a lot because the channel's worth a lot, and it's going to be higher than the last time that I raised money at. So keep you posted. Anyway, let's do DeLorean real quick. DeLorean is bringing Solana users into the future on Sui Network. We've teamed up with Sui and DApp to help you claim your on-chain identity with a Sui name. Thousands made the jump. Now 50% of the first 2,000 signups are receiving a DMC airdrop voucher to join the DeLorean airdrop race on Galaxy as wildcards. Start your engines at lap 1 and catch up to the rest of the pack. Check your wallets, claim your gift, and welcome to the Sui era. Who's Arthur Toscano? Saying we've got something special lined up for DeLorean Labs crew, SpaceLink. When was this? It took me absolutely nowhere. That is a dead link. Oh shoot, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It just opened something up for me. DeLorean Labs says 50 years later, we've been through the alpha and omega. Wait until you see what happens next. What's happening next, fam? I got to know. I don't know what's happening next. They didn't tell me. I think on the 21st, I should get the rest of my tokens. I hope. I don't know yet. Want to know, but I don't know yet. We shall see. Carlos Casual says, I can't wait for your animal shelter. So what I am going to, well, there's going to be a couple. The I don't want to say sanctuary, the protected area reservation in Madagascar that I'll buy is one thing, but I do need experience in general on that. I've worked in animal hospitals, I've ran businesses, but I haven't done that specific thing before. So Pixie from Ladies on Solana has a very, very interesting, she has a 501c3 called the SOL Sanctuary. And I think she put in a bid on a property. It's, I don't know how many acres. I have to get her on again. I have 7.5% of the ladies token, like of the entire supply. And it's up 64% today, mother flappers. Let's go. I love this game. It's at a $29,000 market cap. So again, it's a very, very, very low market cap. But part of and be advised for this, there is a 10% tax, but 5% of that, or half of that 10% tax, goes to the holders. The other half goes to charities. One of those charities will be the Soul Sanctuary. The other charities have been Pat a Girl. They've been a bunch of things. Every other month, like they'll help some type of ladies. Every other month, they'll help some type of animal charity. And again, I really would love it to be, and it will be connected to the ladies or ladies on Soul, like at the Soul Sanctuary. But it won't be like every month the donations will go there. But again, the reason why I have 7.5% of this is because I'm trying to buy my way onto the board. Be like, hey, let me at least shadow. Let me at least help. I don't want to take a salary. I don't want, because again, it's for charity. Definitely don't want to take that. I just want to go and learn. And obviously, what's going to happen in the US is going to be completely different from what's going to happen in Madagascar, but some of those things are going to be the same. I actually wanted the price to stay down a little bit because of the fact that I wanted to get to 10%. I may never get 10% now. Well, I mean, I still could, but it's again, part of the reason why I wanted to do this is because for that sanctuary, for that experience. So I'll keep you guys posted on it. And Pixie's so freaking cool. Pixie's so awesome. Anyway, I'm Groot says VeVe should be spending the crap out of money in the war chest for marketing right now. I'm Groot says makes no sense. Altcoin bull market can come quick and go quick. We are in 100% agreement when you say that the altcoin bull market can come and go just like that. However, I would like to also point out that we are not in the I don't want to say nowhere close because we're likely a couple months away. The major alts will run first: Solana, Doge, XRP, BNB. Like Cardano. If I didn't say that, like the top 10, top 20, top 100. I'd say meme cycles run first, but again, like you likely have several months before the NFT bull market takes off. You also likely have, and again, this is speculation here, but I'm going to say that VeVe probably has contingency plans for when that's happening, and probably already paid for. It would be very silly to pay for all that now when we're not in the narrative. It's, again, very silly. It's like, well, it's not like anything. It's just, again, it's not the time. You've seen it with Recur. You've seen it with Cryptoys. Seen it most recently with DeLorean. It would be a very inefficient way to like allocate those resources. That is not the way to do it right now. You want to do it when it's hot. It is not hot right now. But again, we are of the same opinion in which the altcoin bull market could come and go pretty quickly. So agreed. We agree on that. What's up, Grumpy? How's it going? Okay, so anyway, we did that. What's the Definity? Okay, daCat, Shirou, Devi. All right, let's do OMI and see what we are up 0.21% on the day, 00019. This is probably pretty close to the bottom. It's gone down to like 0.00179 like a couple of times, but has bounced up from that. This is where a lot of people get tested. I don't know why this lives rent-free in my head, but there's a There was like an ad. There was like a television show for like one of the Charlie Brown movies, and it was I just remember the guy, and he sounded like so epic. He's like, in a world, but he just said like, this trip will separate the men from the boys, and it made it sound like this epic Charlie Brown adventure. And I don't know why I remember it, but I do. It's very similar to when Pokemon Go came out 9 years ago. I was in Kuwait. I was not having a good time. I was having a good time. It sucked. It was military was one of the worst experiences of my life, and I miss it every day. I can't explain it. Anyway, in like October, November, there was a meme that came out for Pokemon Go that says like people walk into gyms in snowstorms is going to separate the men from the boys. These next few months are going to separate the diamond handers from the paper handers. If you're paper hands, you're already sold, but there's only so much people can take. Everyone has their threshold. Everyone has their energy. I have known many people, mostly girls, that only have a certain amount of energy throughout the day, and then they get tired. They get whatever they could, like they have these things called spoons, right? And they have maybe like 5 spoons a day. Go to work, do laundry, do whatever, interact with people, like, and they. But for someone like me that has unlimited spoons, I can do anything, all day, no problem. I work from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. That is the same thing in investing and emotional trading and diamond handers. When you have Bitcoin and ETH pumping and certain tokens like OMI, like that, like OMI is at least flat, like Definity kind of moving with the market. OMI staying flat, not really doing anything. Devi going down. You go down, I'm going down too. I love that song. It's Kelsey Ballerini? Yeah, Kelsey Ballerini. It is hard for some people to see some stuff going up and other stuff staying flat or going down. And it's going to be over the next couple of months where the last capitulation of the last vestiges of the last people that are holding. There's some that will capitulate. They will say like, screw this. Like I had a buddy message me yesterday, like, hey, I don't think Omi's going to do anything. You should sell it and buy like Solana. It's like, bro, like, and again, Solana will do really well. But that's just proof that a lot of people really just don't know what they're talking about. And they, with the best intentions, it's fine, but because it makes sense. Like, hey, this isn't pumping at all. This is pumping. We should go to where it's pumping, and it's just not the right way to do it. Most people do that, and they wind up losing money. They sell at a loss. They buy what's already pumped, like an 8x, hoping it does another 8x, and maybe it doubles, maybe whatever. But a lot of time they buy at the top, and then it goes way down. So for OMI, like I said, I'm stacking here. I'm up to 275 million, which admittedly is worth next to nothing right now. We'll get up to 300 million unless it decides to do a 10x from here, in which case, okay, I'm going to miss out on 300. The goal is to get 1 billion, and I think I can do it. So as of right now, is Devi going to run first or Definity? Well, Devi's down 12% on the day, and Definity's up 9%. So it looks like Definity is going to run first, but I haven't bought any Definity lately. I've been stacking on this Devi though, because I think so. There's no roadmap for Devi. We're supposed to get it at the end of June. Supposed to get it last week. This week, the roadmap's been delayed, not indefinitely. It's just they had other priorities, or I shouldn't say that. Roadmap was complete. They were ready for it to roll out, and then suddenly, out of RKO, out of nowhere, comes a couple of opportunities. That's right, out of left field comes a couple of opportunities that they just couldn't pass up, and they're like, "Hey, we don't want to roll. Like we could do it. We could roll out this roadmap while we're working on these other opportunities, and then, 3 weeks later, hey, by the way, this old roadmap is one that we gave you. This is not actually the real roadmap. This is the real roadmap. These aren't spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers." And I think they made the right call, delaying. Others would say no. That's fine. Agree to disagree. That roadmap is coming at some point. I'm going to say latest we get it is late August, but maybe we get it early August. Maybe we even get it this month. Maybe it's only delayed a couple weeks. We don't know. But when that comes, I think people will say like, oh, I was just focused on like the exchange rolling out or like the exchange partner being announced or like the website. But all of them together, like all the stuff that they're working on. Excuse me. I think, and again, the way it looks right now, it looks like Definity is gonna pump first. But once they do that, it could work the other way. NFT bull run could be first. It can go crazy. OMI can do its 50, 100, 200x, and in which case I never get a billion OMI. I just stay here at my 275, and then I roll it into more Definity and more Devi. Again, it's not the way it looks right now, but there's a Mario Party game where it has an insane amount of twists and turns, and you can never tell. Like you're just guessing which one to drop it in. You have no idea. And it could go to Wario, go to Luigi. At this point, we don't know. It's like the beginning of a marathon. Like it's about to start, and one's going to pull ahead first. Right now, it looks like Definity. That could change. I have a lot of tabs open right now, and I'm going to get rid of a lot of them. Let me. Yeah, Devi is going. All right, hold on. I got to get some more Devi here real quick. Drop. Okay. Yo, Tether. Why does Tether suck so bad, bro? USDC is so much easier to use. And again, I bought a lot of Devi recently, and why can't I type? Okay, Devi. By a little bit, just a little bit, just $200 hairs worth, so not a lot. Oh god, hiccups. Okay, done. I love to look at it. Let me see, Devi. Where you at, girl? Yeah, 43 cents. Glad I picked up a tiny bit more, just a tiny bit more. From what I had last week to now, I got like another 5% added to the bag. Sean Berg, how's it going? Yeah, so for OMI, that's the plan. Those are the ideas. I'm going to get to the rest of the news, but I do want to go over these comments first. Zombie says, hey, Randy, I work at the United States Postal Service, USPS, and we just went through a contract negotiation. Per our agreement, we are owed back pay for about 3 years. 540,000 postal work. Damn, how much you getting, girl? How much you getting? That's awesome. Oh, you commented more. Are owed anywhere from 1 to 5,000 each. Where do you think that money might go? Big things are coming. I mean, for you, where should I don't? I mean, we'll talk. We'll talk off camera. I don't know where do you want it to go. What do you have the least of? I think you have a good amount of OMI and Essence. I think you said you have 6,000, Devi. Do you have any Definity? You definitely have Definity. Whatever you have the least of is probably something to top up within those four. But I know you have a bunch of Essence, and I think you have a bunch of OMI. So I think it's just between Devi and Definity. And again, you as a homie, we'd just saying that's an option. Not telling you what to do. I'm Grizz VeVe Zombie. Dang, that's huge. All full-time workers. The majority are. Let's go. Penguin. DMC went from 1K to 2.5K. Now back to 1K. Should have sold. What the heck? Yeah, if you want to get cute and trade, you absolutely can. And you would have right. If you sold exactly at 2.5K and bought back here, you would have gotten that bread. However, that is not the way it's going to play out. I see DeLorean going crazy at some point. Again, is it a good day? No, down over 7%. But I just think at the 8%. I just think some point later this year or early next year, it's one of the only tokens on utility that's attached to this business. It's like probably going to be one of the best tokens on SUI. Kagari says, Ohayu gozaimasu. I don't know what that means. Carlos Castro says, I'm pretty sure VVS Pokemon. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right, Carlos Castro. I hope they do. I would lose my mind in the best way. I would, oh God, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be so happy. Oh gosh. Here, my body. My other body. Okay. I'm Groot says, scenario, Bitcoin at 150K, ETH at 8K, XRP at $5, and no OMI marketing or influencers. Then what would you say? I just hope they're paying very close attention to the market. Well, again, that's at, the Bitcoin and ETH and XRP. Like if memes are pumping, then it's like, okay, the first narrative is memes. But if nothing's going into the other altcoins, like the small micro caps, then it's not that time yet. Again, you have retail that's not in. It's all from institutions right now, and they're not buying memes. They'll probably buy something like Definity, like Devi, or like OMI, because again, attached to those types of businesses, and that'll be attractive to them. But they're not buying now when. And I honestly don't like. I would love if VeVe were to come on and tell me like, hey, it's OMI. All right, OMI on base. OMI on, all right, $52 million market cap. And there's less than $300,000 in liquidity. There's barely over $250,000 for a 52 million. Like all of their stuff is on base, right? That's the utility. They're at $60 million market cap. They have $58-ish million more than daCat, but daCat has more liquidity. I assume there's multiple reasons why they can't add the liquidity to their liquidity pool. I don't know why. I don't know what those reasons may or may not be. But there was a buddy of mine, like a month, 2 months ago, wanted to buy $250,000 of OMI and missed out. Like VeVe and OMI missed out on $250,000 in buys because they didn't have enough liquidity, and it just so again they missed out on that buy volume. So it would, I think, very much behoove them to do so. Will it matter once they're on Coinbase? Probably not. Why would you buy on Uniswap when you could just buy on Coinbase? Yeah, you wouldn't need to. So I understand if they're waiting to do that, but it's been months, that like a year. I don't know when I go into base. Because it's Coinbase that's doing it, I expect them to be on Coinbase before the end of the year. And again, if they're on Coinbase, you're not going to care to buy it on Uniswap. Like it's not going to matter. But I'll say that they don't need to, they are 100% paying attention. There's multiple people that is. If needed, I could just shoot David a message directly, be like, hey, this is happening now. Because he's super busy, I really don't want to do that. I would just go to Foster, who pays attention on his own. He does, they don't need me to do it. They don't need anyone else to tell them what's going on, because they're able to see that themselves. I should probably have a meeting with Foster like once a week. But hey, how's it going, brother? Here's what I'm seeing. Is this what you're seeing? Because again, I don't want to really take any time away from what David's doing a ton of work. Speaking of which, we gotta, Dan Crothers, we gotta talk. Let's do. Oh, my back. I don't even know. All right, it's got to be something I had. Maybe it wasn't. Is it in my Multiverse Tonight 243? Multiverse Tonight 243 had Dan Crothers on 10 days ago. Got 89 views. Granted, Dan had only come on from like minute 8. All right, come on, Dan. When did you leave? Okay, Dan came on for about 11 minutes, from minute 8 to minute 19, on the Multiverse 243. So I understand that's not a chunk of time. That's not a huge chunk of time. Came on for 11 minutes. Cool. Now I don't know Multiverse tonight, but we'll go over them real quick because it's something that should be gone over. I would love to have a beer with the dude. He loves Marvel. He loves DC. In the background, it looks like he's got pictures of awesome people, like signed pictures of awesome people. I would love to hang out with him. He seems like a really cool dude. But one, they didn't advertise, like, and they did the same thing last time where on this like Apple podcast for a guy that got like a couple hundred views on his YouTube. I feel like if Dan wanted to go on certain interviews, like probably should be going on interviews with people that have a bit more subscribers, that get a bit more views. Multiverse Tonight, again, seems like an awesome dude. He has 22 subscribers. His most popular videos, 85 views, 55 views, 41 views, and that was his most popular videos. And it's like, well, Chavez, not everybody's audience is on YouTube. Like, you only have 9,000 subscribers on YouTube. You got 20-something thousand over on X. So again, YouTube's not your most fair point. Some people have their audience on Instagram, on TikTok. He's got 93 followers on Instagram. He's got 43 followers on Facebook. I am not 100% sure that that was the best use of his time. And his life, his presence in the company is arguably more important than anyone's aside from David's. And he can do what he wants. And he should do what he wants. He has earned to do everything in which he wants to do. I just wish, like, okay, Dan, you're going out for as a fan, like we're friends, but as a fan, like speaking of someone that like loves to watch him speak, is a fan of his work, and the VeVe-verse, just as a business person, just love what he does. I would want to see him on shows that that just have a little bit more prestige. I wanted to see him on shows that there's a guy named Nostalgia Critic, and I think he didn't interview. He had he does critic reviews of movies. One that came out like years ago was the Power Rangers movie. So good. Amy Jo Johnson and Jason David Frank were like in it as cameos. Great, love them. R.I.P. for Jason David Frank. Anyway, Nostalgia Critic did a review of that movie, and he's just like, I was pumped for this Power Rangers, and then you have, he's Zordon. Bryan Cranston is Zordon, and then he doesn't like it, and he says, we got to start making better use of our Bryan Cranston, guys, because he didn't like the movies that he was picking. I think we have to start making better use of our Dan Crothers. The very little time that he has, he's worked so hard. The time in which that he takes to go on other people's channels, at like do that Apple podcast like 2 months ago, which VeVe didn't. They marketed like 8 days later. Wes found this guy. He found this one. I wish it would be on places that would like. How much is that going to benefit the company? I don't know. Maybe his very niche, small followers. They're small but mighty, and maybe they're just. Listen, Randy, like it might only be a couple dozen viewers, but they're all massive whales. They're all massive collectors. They'll come in. It's possible. I hope, but again, I would just like to see and even if never comes on my channel again, even if he's just like, fine, whatever is best for the company is what I would want that to be. Anyway, that's I forget where I was going with this. I was hoping the variables they're all paying attention to the market. I can promise you that. And I'm speculating that they have a pretty good amount of stuff on the back market, like that's ready to go, waiting in the wings for when that happens. Planet Vampire says, even the modern investor capitulated. So, well, he definitely sold his OMI like months ago. He has been looking to get back in, it looks like. I didn't know it was to start a family. That is, I feel like he didn't. Like, there's no way. Like, he's been, it seems like he should have been rich for quite a while because he's been had his audience for years. And he's been investing for years. I don't think that he would have sold all his crypto to start a family. I know he moved recently. That would be, again, a very poor investment to sell all of your crypto to start a family. He sold OMI, I think, because he was just tired of waiting. But again, he's an entertainer. How good of an investor is he? I have no idea. I'd like to think he has good instincts, but again, I don't know him. He did say he'd come on the podcast. He has not yet. We'll see. Omar says, good evening. Zombie says, I was sharing to emphasize the amount of money that possibly could be flooding into crypto. A lot of carriers are waiting on that to invest. Oh, I know five of my office are going to put 100% in. Okay, so let's say at the bottom, right, 1,000. If you have all 540,000 letter carriers invest $1,000, that's $540 million. That's a lot. So obviously that's not going to happen. Let's say 2%. So 540,000. So 10,800 times 1,000. Yeah, you could have 10.8 million. At the top, you could have 54 million. So yeah, I'd probably five figures. I'm sorry, probably eight figures going in. Eight figures would go in. November says he made a video a couple days ago about it. He wasn't joking. Still going. Oh my god, that is. Good luck. Good luck to him. I wish him the best. I hope he has a healthy and happy family, and I hope that he is fulfilled. Probably would have been better if he would have waited a year, but some, like Jack Sparrow says in Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Oh god, what was that line? Something is not all silver and gold. Like, oh, not all treasure is silver and gold, mate. Not everyone places the amount of value on money that the rest of us do. That is, for me, that's everything. Most things. But for others, it's family. So again, if it's super important to him, Godspeed, brother. Wish you the best. Anyway, we have a bunch of news to go over. I've already been going at it for an hour here, but again, a bunch of news to go over. Yesterday, BlackRock on Wednesday bought $158.6 million worth of ETH. Cali Comic Store bought the most amount of Nova number ones. He had a $1,300 mint on the 1976 bounty, and he was because of his efforts, he was airdropped the number 1976. Which normally, if it was just like you just gave this out to like a fan, he was the highest bidder person, where he spent the most amount, he bought the most from the store. Big fan. I think he deserves it. VeVe kind of messed up on this though. The reason why the rest of that sold out that night because of me and you guys, because of us, because of I said, guys, I didn't know Cali Comic Store had a bounty on it of 1,300. All I knew is that Comics and Crypto had a bounty of 1,000. So I was like, okay, there's X amount in here, $7 per one. If I buy every single one, I guarantee myself the bounty, because on Stacker it wasn't minted yet. Just said it wasn't minted at all. So I was like, I kept like, guys, this is what I'm doing. I'm buying all these Nova number ones. Because that VeVe had said that it hadn't been minted yet, it had to come out, right? No. They told us to suck their donkey D about 1,000 times because the way it looked like it hadn't been minted yet. Meanwhile, that was one of the things that VeVe held back. So they really need to change that because there was like, for me, it's like, okay, I know it's random. I know that the first like 200 or first however many mints, yeah, we know that's held back. Then the rest are random. So the mint 1976 was held back by accident, and it's like, okay, them's the breaks, whatever. But there was a lot of people that were big mad about it. Are they over it now? Maybe. I don't know. Probably. They'll be back. But again, there was a lot of people that were big mad about it, and I don't know if that's a. I think moving forward, VeVe should really say, "Hey guys, these are the mint numbers that we're holding back. It was random. It happened to be this because they should. That was a really big folly in my opinion. But learn from it. Emoji says we're in the end game now. Final lap on the road to level 100. Emoji is level 99. Dude is amazing. I love that dude. And then I might do something with him on August 3rd or 4th. I'll keep y'all posted. Yeah, Base Insight says here it is, the weekly base meme tier list. And who do we have coming in letter B next to pretty close to Brett over there? And it's Crappy Bird. Shout out to Crappy Bird for that. OMI, Gaming on Base. Do I know what that is? Gaming on Base has over 15,000 followers. On X says Gaming Night on Base, number 9 giveaway. Let's talk about the future of gaming on Base with top builders shaping the space. They were going to give away 10,000 Crappy Bird. This happened the other night, but I just thought it was good to go over. CVS ordered to pay $949 million in Medicaid fraud case. CVS's Omnicare filled more than 3.3 million false claims in properly billing Medicare, Medicaid, and the military's TRICARE program between 2010 and 2018. But certain politicians say there's no fraud. They had to pay almost $1 billion in the fraud case, and certain politicians say there's no fraud. Wild. Gary O says, I love this cover. I pick up one every once in a while, around $35, talking about the first appearance of the Avengers, ultra rare, $75 floor now. Clever Jerk says, I remember it having 1,000K floor. I think that was for the secret rare that Clever Jerk's talking about. I'm Group says, what about VeVe community putting money together for a separate marketing influencer pool? Someone in the community might have some connections. I have a bunch of connections to influencers, but it's not the right time. It's just not. Just needs funding. I mean, if other people want to do it, they can, but I would strongly advise against that. When it's time, yeah, absolutely. We'll make like Skillet and be Awake and Alive for that. But I have this idea. I put out a marketing video not too long ago. They're like, hey, VeVe, remember when Billie Eilish put all of her followers in her close friends list and everyone started freaking out? You can do that too. Free marketing. Or remember when Doritos last year, they had said, hey, anyone that makes the best 30-second commercial, we will go in and we'll, our best 30-second commercial, we'll put that commercial in the Super Bowl and we'll give you $1 million. And my friend's friend won it. A buddy of mine, his friend and his son, they did it together and they won. And we talked to them about that for VeVe. And they said, yeah, if they're going to offer like OMI, yeah, we'll do it. So if they get the best 30-second to 5-minute video on why people love VeVe and OMI, and they could just pay out OMI from the business development wallet, that doesn't cost them anything. They don't have to go into their war chest and be like, yeah, let's and not only does the best person win, but you're going to have multiple people competing, and it's just going to get like cream rises to the top. It's a great way to find some people to either work for them. It's a great way to reward the community. And it's a great way to get top tier videos out there. When Crypto Far West made that WTF is VeVe part 2, that video went viral. And I was in that twice. That's one of those things where VeVe could recreate that by offering a cash, not even cash, OMI incentive. And my friend, like, he would keep the OMI. He wouldn't sell it. So again, there's a bunch of things that they could do for marketing that they're not yet. And I happen to think it's because, well, they just saw DeLorean market the shit out of their token, and it's down like 70%. Again, you need to have the right timing. Yeah, I feel like Dan's promoting the small people before the big people come in and take it over. That's possible. Possible. He might be. Oh my God, I have a lot of messages. Shout out to Space Penguin for commenting on the stream. I love him. They are so supportive. I go on their Igloo chat every Monday. It's pretty nice. Omar tagged me, Mr. Beast. Omar says, Mr. Beast says, if you want to be part of the biggest creator collab ever on August 1st, DM me. If you don't follow, just reply to this tweet. Still replying and messaging people. I need every creator on Earth replying if you want to be part of the biggest collab in history on. Okay, well, I can't. Okay, can I follow? All right, I followed. I can't message him. If I don't follow you, just reply to this tweet. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm in. I'll do it. So whatever he's asking me to do, I'm gonna do it. Groot says, cost to run ads on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo gaming platforms. I don't know. Ads don't really work. Like, every ad I ever see, I skip. I scroll right over, or if it forces me to watch the video, I make damn sure I either dislike or I don't. I refuse to get anything that they spend on ads because, like, I hate it. It ruins my experience, and I can't help but feel that other people would feel the same way. If it wasn't an ad that interrupted your gameplay, it was just like a portal, and it wasn't an ad. It was just be like, but again, like, they don't have a deal with Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, and maybe they might. I don't know. If they did, then it's like, hey, take your want more skins, go here, and like, that would be great if we could do that for any of them. That is something that would be a horse of a different color, where they say, yeah, if we were to able to say, like, hey, we want to go in and we're going to help sell a bunch of your stuff, split the profits, whatever rate they take, whatever, and say, yeah, this is what we're going to do. Just have a portal linking to us, and we'll be a place where we can get you more skins. We'll give you the lion's share, and it'll just be the amount of people that'll come to us. It would be insane. Yeah, just on the home. Yeah, if it says, like, hey, if you want more skins, and they could do something like that, where if they get a VeVe collectible, it gets them a skin in the game, bro, that would be wild. That would be insane, and I totally do it. Trade him a chain for a comic book. What is that comic book? Oh, first appearance Punisher. That's so cool. Thank you, Omar. Oh my gosh, I hate Xing out of something and then it doesn't X out. It just makes the video smaller. It's so stupid. Okay, anyway, let's go to. I'm going to ask y'all if y'all can just smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. So just shoot the thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Be fantastic. Oh, also, shout out to Greg Wyke. Greg Wyke from Beyond Comics. He's got almost 60,000 followers over on Instagram, 10,000 over on X, for agreeing to do one of the covers for daCat. That'll be on VeVe Official later this year. Here's one of the things that he did recently. He had made the poster for Spawn number 30 with Todd McFarlane back in the day. Very happy to have him do a cover. Thought that was great. Everybody, what? Sorry, something I saw didn't make sense. Okay, let's go back. Shoot. Let's go back to some of the stuff that there's so much to go over. On Wednesday, finished up Wednesday. On the latest AMA with Chris for Definity, said this one guy says, each time I listen to either one of them, it makes my decision to invest in Definity more concrete. So in a way, the Definity token is going to be used within the main platform among many other utilities that are going to come for the Definity token. So the other platform that is number one in the world is Binance, and it has a value of $670 per token today with a supply of 200 million. Guys, can you see where we could potentially be going with our Definity token that has a supply of 171 million with also a buyback in the future and burn feature built in? Yes, I'm saying we have the potential to do over $100 per Definity token. I think that's insane. Do we do a 100x and we go to, $4? Yeah, I think we can do that. That would be a $500-ish million market cap. Do we do 1,000x and we get to 5 billion? That's a lot. Probably not, but it's possible. I think 1 billion would be cool. It'd be a nice 200x. Oh God, there's been a lot. Bill Gardner says, "What up, fam? What up, Bill Gardner?" Ooh. Ben creators, apes together, strong. Excited to see this community get rich together, start something big. Thanks for being a member. Remember in Star Fox 64, in one of the planets that you go to, it's either Venom, Venom 2, whatever it is, General Pepper of the Cornerian army, who was successful in exiling Andross to that deserted planet Venom years back. He has a little quick powwow with Star Fox, and he says, "It's almost over. We're in your debt. Come back in one piece, Fox." That beginning where he says, "It's almost over. We're in your debt." We probably have less than 9 months. And I am so ready. I'm so ready for it to be over. I will. I'm so ready. It could happen a lot sooner. It could happen in 3 months, and we can all go insane, and it'll be awesome. That 3 months, that'd be all right. August, September, the perfect time for Comic-Con. I am gonna have to do so. I will be taking a few days off in August. I cannot tell you which days, but I will be taking a few days off in August. Yeah, it's going to be very exciting, and I can't wait to spend it with everyone. It says, which part and drink of choice? Yeah, Bill, let me know. We're saying physical comics are now becoming more of an asset more than ever. This guy is trading jewelry for comics. Heck yeah. I see it coming soon. Blue says, haven't hit a port yet, third at sea. Ugh. And hit Nassau tomorrow. Nice. Says Half Moon K, and then Turks, then 3 days at sea again. All right. Me and Brittany did that a few years ago. That was fun. Would definitely do again if I had internet. And was the last bull run this dragged out? No, it was not. It was not. At this time, yeah, it was incredible. Unfortunately, yeah, this bull run has not felt like a bull run. It's been very hard on a lot of people. Bill Gardner, VeVe's obviously Bill Gardner in the house. Bill Gardner, give me those dibs. Stablecoins used for 800 billion in transaction volume per month. Circle has USDC revenue sharing deal with the second largest crypto exchange, Bybit. Oh. Trump's Truth Social teases utility token tied to user engagement with streaming subscription. And Jack Ma backed Ant to add Circle stablecoin to a global platform. Very good. 1 billion USDT was minted yesterday. I repeat, 1 billion USDT was minted. Pump those markets. Sarah Austin says, after making an initial recorded disclosure a month ago, I've been invited to testify before Congress. Appreciate the opportunity to contribute to the democratic process and provide insights on matters of importance to national security and small business. She was on the podcast a while ago. We love her. She's great. President Trump says stocks are at an all-time high and crypto is through the roof. Yes, it is, Mr. Trump. Ogarner's a zombie. As Crypto Real says, President Trump says crypto is going through the roof. Donald J. Trump says tech stocks, industrial stocks, and NASDAQ hit all-time record highs. Crypto through the roof. NVIDIA's up 47% since Trump tariffs. USA is taking in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. Country is now back. A great credit. Fed should rapidly lower rate to reflect this strength. Agreed. USA should be at the top of the list. No inflation. Let's go. Trump said the Fed should rapidly lower interest rates, rate cuts potentially this month, but probably August. U.S. Treasury officially removes crypto broker reporting rules. Let's hack and go. I love it. Surely investors, give me 1 second here. It's pretty significant. Happy Ultraman Day, says Tina Garcia, that has the 1966 Ultraman from back in the day. Love her. Fun times. Wes VeVe says, VeVe's technology is actually pretty insane when you think about it. This one screen allows users to waitlist, autopay, and bid MCP points to secure a drop. Nobody in this industry is doing this. Nobody except VeVe. Yeah. Zombie says, good things come to those who wait, Randy, and we've been waiting a very long time. We have. It's been a rough one. It's been hella fun though, and I have a ton of liquidity locked in businesses right now, and I'm gonna sell a little bit of it, get more liquidity, go in and just buy the shiz out of. I have to get the liquidity first. I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't know where. We should all know. Oh God. Yeah, I might raise a little more money. Maybe 5%. Maybe to Grumpy. Let me see. I want to do institutional money. But we'll see here. Let's do chat soon. Robinhood officially launches ETH and Solana staking in the US. Very good. Very good. Sad day for the Pokemon world. James Carter, who's the English voice actor of several Pokemon characters, have passed. He was the voice of Gary, Cacnea, Meowth, Todd, Turtwig, Kurt, Munchlax, Professor Oak, James, and is that Grimer or Muck? Can't tell. With a bunch of people. So, RIP. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects. Yesterday, between 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 12:30 p.m., $50 million of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated. Definity Market says, we've spent years building a product that actually fits the world it's entering, meets institutional standards, aligned with evolving regulation, grounded in actual customer need, and it's actually being used right now and generating revenue. Love it. Chris Park says, we have a product that is fit for the market, fit for the customers, and fit for the environment from the regulatory point of view. God, I love Definity so much. 76% chance Bitcoin hits 115K in July. That was wild because obviously it hit 118. So as of 1 o'clock yesterday, yeah, 76% chance hits 115. Obviously it hit 118. I think it's at 117.5 now. Let's take a look back. See where it's at. Where is the Bitcoin? 117.6. Where's the ETH? Probably 29, 64, 62. Okay. I'm Groot says, cheap community marketing, 1K worth of VeVe or OMI t-shirts. Go to local college, give them away, regardless if it is time to market. Helps it. But yeah, I like that. I like that. That's fun. That's fun. Why am I so chilly? Why am I so cold? It's chilly down here. Contemplate. Yep, same. $509 million worth of shorts were liquid yesterday between 1:17 p.m. What's today's date? Friday, between 1:17 p.m. on Wednesday and 1:17 p.m. on Thursday. Imagine having $500 million in shorts liquidated. Sucks to be a short. Ooh, can't go over that. Resilience and drive. DAT says 163% or 160% increase over the last 3 months. Good for them. Fed board member Christopher Waller says the Federal Reserve can consider cutting interest rates this month. Send it, please. For the love of all that is holy. Also, my back is hurting, so I'm just going to do a quick couple of, I'm just going to hold it up here. Oh, it is very chilly down here. I'm going to have to, okay, make this so that it is, okay, we're going to put this blankie on. I got to make sure I wear something a little bit heavier. Manana. Does VeVe even have? They do not, unfortunately. They for some reason they let other people sell their stuff and not. I don't know why they do that. People would very much like to buy them. Anyway, Chaos on the Chain says if you're in crypto and not following us yet, you're about to miss the biggest shift in mobile gaming. We're not just building a game; we're changing the game. Follow Chaos on the Chains right now. Shout out to them for being in Le Comic. Yeah, I know, right? Fed board member Waller said the Fed can consider cutting rates this month, which is great. Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene introduces bill to eliminate federal capital gains tax on home sales. Sweet. U.S. House Committee on Financial Services says next week the House will deliver on President Trump's call to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Nice. Again, crypto capital of the world. Can't wait for next week. 200? Oh, okay. Lumia Towers is the first skyscraper built by a Web3 company and fully tokenized from day one. $220 million, 300 units, 50,000 meters squared. BlackRock is now buying more ETH than Bitcoin. They bought 158 million ETH and only 125 million Bitcoin. They definitely know something. Elon Musk and Tesla now has a $750 million in unrealized profits on its Bitcoin holdings. Michael Saylor says the halls of eternity echo with the cries of those who sold their Bitcoin. Shout out to the 170 people that are here. The Fed is about to start the money printers in Q3 and Q4, and trillions will flow into the crypto market. Just survive a few more months, and Ash Crypto Real promises the patience will be rewarded. One day. And I am stacking so freaking much. I'm going to sell so much other stuff. I'm going to unlock this liquidity. Get this bread. Get it. I'm going to go hard. Probably, I'm in, probably, okay. Yes. VeVe, Lego, nope, that's false. It's definitely false. S&P 500 closed at new all-time highs yesterday. Bitcoin went crazy. Like this was my like notifications. Bitcoin just going nuts. Bitcoin price went nuts. Yesterday, between 4:25 p.m. and 5:25 p.m., $415 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated in an hour. It was insane. Holders, scalpers, won, but when a deaf person wins an auction, I've won. But at what cost? That works on so many levels. Adam Eats says, fun pick on Stacker right now. Not the best deal I've ever gotten, but wanted this secret rare for a long time. It was Ultimate Fallout, sold for $302 or 1.55 million OMI. Jane Birkin's original Birkin bag prototype just sold for $10 million after whirlwind battle of collectors at Sotheby's auction in Paris. Collecting in 2025 smashes all barriers, but especially gender and age. The number one consumer group in the toy business is the adult collector. Women are power brokers in collectibles. 30 years ago, you could have purchased this for pennies on the dollar. Pop culture, art, physical objects, toys, fashion were at the intersection, but certainly not the apex. Soon. I think Abel still sells them. Wild that they ever let him do that, but not for me to comment on. Other side, yeah. Mentioned that before. President Trump imposed a 35% tariff on Canada, 50% on Brazil, and the market said F you, they still pumped anyway. That post of Lego employees hitting 25 years, get a solid cold brick worth $15,000 was a lie. Lego did gift solid gold 2x4 bricks, 14 karat gold, to employees who completed 25 years of service, but only between 79 and 81. A smaller number was also given to business partners. However, this tradition is no longer practiced today. This is 45 years ago. Gary Vaynerchuk says the 1% that create actual demand because people want the art or fall in love with the characters are going to win. That's what we're doing at daCat. Germany's government decision to sell 50,000 Bitcoin at $54,000 cost them $3.1 billion in missed profits. Absolute generational fumble. Ethereum ETFs have bought 129,000 ETH worth $383 million. I repeat, Ethereum ETFs have bought 129,000 ETH, which are worth $383 million. Wild. Did you know that the secret rare Finding Nemo, Finding Nemo, 99 of them, and Clever Jerk has 6 of them? That dude is such a mad lad. I would also like to point out that I, the real Randy Chavez, I am in the top 5 sub 100 Marvel collectors. I'm top 5 right there. Right below RH4CO9 and right above Mr. Rolex. Very happy in that position. Bitcoin is up 91.5% since Jamie Dimon, the JP Morgan CEO, claimed it was a fraud and Ponzi scheme. I repeat, Bitcoin is up 91.5% since JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon claimed it was a fraud and Ponzi scheme. Do not listen to those people. Brandon Babcock has now completed 4,000 comics and collectibles over on VeVe. Shout out to him. It's amazing. Went over that. Got 100. Yeah, went over that as well. $100 million. Oh, this is this morning. $100 million worth of cryptocurrency shorts were liquidated between 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning and 2 a.m. $100 million. This man has bought $300 million worth of Ethereum and manages 11.5 trillion. That be the Larry Fink at the BlackRock. Hair Blues is Randy. Have you heard of Ant token related to the autonomous? Yeah, I think it was Jack Ma that had just he did something with Ant. It was originally called Made Safe. I'm thinking investing in it. What do you think? Let's take a look. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, but 3 rights make a left. Well, it's up 32% on the day. Kind of big. 500,000 in volume. Fully diluted, it's at 63 million, but non-fully diluted, it's just under 25. But I just went over something recently, and I have to go over it again. I have to look. Percentage, lots of holders. Yeah, Jack Ma backed Ant to add Circle stablecoin to global platform. So, oh my gosh, I don't care. No, Bloomberg has an article on it, but I'm not paying $1.99 a month for that shit. Too late. Let's see what it's backed by Jack Ma, but like 47,000 followers over on X. Oh, says a truly decentralized network run on everyday devices, quantum secure, scripted data, standard. All right, autonomy.com. Breakout or devices have more capacity than all the other tech giants combined. 40 zettabytes of information of raw untapped storage is lying dormant in desks and pockets. Now we can harness it. Stoppable, private, open to anyone. Now we're all giant killers. It has no gatekeepers, no middlemen. AI, robotics, post-quantum data, its value flows to us. Okay. We are who we are. Looking for our team. Okay, David Irvine. I feel like I've heard of him. Founder and Chief R&D Officer, David Irvine is a pioneering Scottish engineer and inventor, best known as the founder of MadeSafe. Irvine led MadeSafe to launch the world's first initial coin ICO in 2014, setting a precedent for blockchain funding. Hi, Chrono. Okay, let's get cancer. Yeah, bothering me. Holding over 40 patents in digital security and networking, contributions have significantly advanced the fields of digital electronics and cybersecurity. Irvine's work emphasized creating a secure, accessible internet, reflecting his commitment to digital rights and privacy. Before founding Made Safe, Irvine accumulated diverse experience in engineering and IT, establishing himself as a visionary in technology. He's got a bunch of publications, white papers. Then next is Bucks, looking like Jane. Oh God, what's her name? Jane something. She's in 40-Year-Old Virgin. I forget her name. It's not Elizabeth Banks. Jane Lynch. Looks like James Lynch. I mean that as a compliment. I love Jane Lynch. Anyway, CEO Sarah Buxton, also affectionately known as Bucks, is a pioneering leader in the decentralized space, focusing beyond the promise of Web3 and the trading gains of crypto, the opportunity for self-sovereignty and autonomy at scale. She's particularly passionate about giving power and access back to creators and producing worldwide. Having spent a significant time in the disruptive tech space, including a founder role with Gala, serving as their COO, helping to scale the businesses before becoming COO of the music division, has gained valuable insights into the pitfalls of promise of introducing nascent technology to the masses. Okay, we have Joe McLaughlin, head of marketing, director, non-executive director. Okay, impressive team. Impressive team. TGE is complete. Start a node, learn more, and token. It was updated 4 months ago. Let's see where we are in the max. Well, starting in February, they were at February 13th. They were at 28 cents. Now they're at 5 cents. Could be a good time to get in. Would have been better to get in 4 cents, but you know, I don't think I know. Let's take a look at their followers. Oh, Jenny Qta follows them. Oh, so does Perry on Boring. Okay, these guys are legit. Perry Ann's like my litmus test for that. All right, AI but without overlords. Imagine this: your voice, your face, your data, all encoded in a neural network, secured with quantum-safe encryption, stored forever with just a single payment for upload on a decentralized internet. They do not get a lot of. They don't get a lot of, and I can't message them. I'll say they don't get a lot of traction on their posts. There's over 5 billion of us connected to the internet. Between us, we own more than 30 billion devices that can hold and host data. No bosses, no middlemen. Together will unleash the power of Ant more than we can think. They put a Bug's Life on there. I'd love to get him on for an interview. So if you know anyone on the team can make it happen, that'd be great. We'd love to interview him. That would be awesome. Otherwise, oftentimes you can get around the news site by paywalls, going to an internet archive. Oh yeah, that's true. Might be able to. I use the one ending in .is. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Genius stuff. Oh gosh. Monk. Oh hey, there's Monk. Oh shit. Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. Disregard. Oh Jesus. Okay. One thing here. Okay. Had a chat. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay. I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Fudge. I'm so sorry guys. Okay, that's fine. We're good. Just bought my first 10 million OMI. Penguin, my man. Get that bread. Get it. I get it. Good for you, mate. I'm blue and I'm feeling alright. Maybe I'm gonna have the best night of my life. Yeah, I need to get more as well. I'm up to 275 million. Want to get up to $1 billion, but definitely 300 million soon. Lex Friedman says the U.S. government needs to release the Epstein list and be fully transparent about everything related to the case, and don't treat the public like we're idiots. Otherwise, trust is completely shattered. It's obvious. Do the right thing. Agreed. 1.1 billion worth of shorts has been liquidated between 6 a.m. on Wednesday, or actually 6 a.m. on Thursday and 6 a.m. this morning. That is wild. It's absolutely wild. Anyway, I'm going to say that's going to be it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Algor's rhythm. Shout out the 176 people that are here. Everyone say bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you. I'll talk to you all later. Bye, guys. Oh, so hungry. All right. Bye, guys. I love you. Yeah. Never mind.